Hello dear learners, I am Tejendra Kaur, Academic Counselor at IGNOU Study Center 2206. In this video, we'll learn about solution of biquadratic equations. I hope you all are familiar with sequences and series and complex numbers. If not, then you can watch my video on complex numbers. I have put the link in the description of this video. Let's start by defining a biquadratic equation. Any equation that can be written in the form a0 x raised to power 4 plus a1 x cube plus a2 x square plus a3 x plus a4 equal to 0, where a0 is non-zero, is called a biquadratic equation. Here are some relations between roots and the coefficients of a biquadratic equation. If alpha, beta, gamma, delta are the roots of a standard biquadratic equation, then the sum of roots, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta, is written as minus times the coefficient of x cube upon coefficient of x raised to the power 4. Then is the sum of roots taken 2 at a time, that is alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma delta and so on. This is written as coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x raised to the power 4. Next is the product of roots taken 3 at a time, alpha beta gamma plus alpha beta delta and so on. This is written as minus times the coefficient of x upon coefficient of x raised to power 4, and the product of roots is written as the constant term upon coefficient of x raised to the power 4. Here we can again see that the coefficients, they are written in alternate signs. Now there is a question for you. Solve the equation being given that its two roots, they are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. So here we have taken the roots of the equation as alpha minus alpha, beta and gamma. It helps to take lesser number of unknowns. So since we are given that the two of the roots, they are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign, so I have taken two roots as alpha and minus alpha. So firstly, I'll calculate the sum of roots, which is equal to minus times the coefficient of x cube upon coefficient of x raised to power 4. So minus of minus 2 upon 1, that is 2. Then the sum of roots taken 2 at a time, this is written as 4 upon 1. Sum of roots taken 3 at a time is written as minus 6 upon 1. And the product of roots is written as minus 21 upon 1. That is the constant term upon coefficient of x raised to power 4. From the second equation here, we can see that since alpha and minus alpha, the sum is 0. So beta plus gamma is written as 2. Substituting this value in the fourth equation, I am left with here this term is 0 and here beta plus gamma is 2. So minus 2 alpha square is minus 6. So alpha square is 3, which gives us alpha is plus minus square root of 3. So now I have the value of alpha. I can back substitute it in the remaining equations again. So from the third equation again, alpha plus minus alpha is 0. Value of alpha square is written and value of beta gamma is 7. So now we have a quadratic equation whose roots are beta and gamma, can be written in the form x square minus times the sum of beta gamma and the product. Sum we have already calculated and the product is again 7. Write these values in the equation and by completion of square, I can guess the value of x as 1 plus minus under root 6 iota. So the values of beta and gamma are there. Alpha we have already calculated. So roots of the given equation are alpha minus alpha, beta and gamma. Now there is a question for you. If alpha, beta, gamma, delta are the roots of this equation, then find the value of summation 1 over alpha. Pause the video and write down your answer. After you are done, resume. Let's see what is the solution. We are already given alpha, beta, gamma, delta are the roots of this equation. To find the value of summation 1 over alpha is simply the sum of the reciprocals of all the roots of this equation. For this, we simply need to take the LCM. In the numerator, I am left with summation alpha, beta, gamma, that is sum of roots taken 3 at a time. We already know its value is minus times minus r upon 1, which is r, and in the denominator I get the LCM as the product of roots whose value is S. So the answer is minus R upon S. Let's take another question. Solve the given equation where we are given that the product of two of its roots is equal to the product of the other two. So if I take the roots of the equation as alpha, beta, gamma and delta, then the product of alpha, beta is equal to that of gamma, delta. So again, writing all the relations between roots and coefficients, I am left with sum of roots is 5, sum of roots taken 2 at a time is 10, sum of roots taken 3 at a time is also 10, and the product of roots is 4. And since the product of two of the roots is equal to the product of the other two, so here I can write gamma delta as again alpha beta. So the square is 4. Taking square root, the value is plus minus 2. But if I take the value of the product as minus 2, so from the fourth equation I can see that the sum of roots has come out to be minus 5. But in the second equation we have written the sum as 5. So it is a contradiction. So I can take the product of pair of roots as 2. So now substituting this value in the third equation, I can get alpha plus beta and gamma plus delta. This is equal to 6. So a quadratic equation whose roots are alpha plus beta and gamma plus delta can be again written in this form. I can write the sum of roots and the product of roots. The values of x now come out to be 2 and 3 by solving the quadratic equation. For more detail, you can watch my video on quadratic equations also. Next, I can take two of the roots are given to us. So alpha plus beta is now, I can take any of the two values. So I have taken it as 2. Gamma plus delta is now 3. So quadratic equation whose root is now alpha beta. So sum of roots is 2. Product we have already calculated as 2. So from this equation, again a quadratic equation, I can get the value of x as 1 plus minus iota. Similarly, we can solve for gamma delta. Sum is 3, the product is again 2. So a quadratic equation gives the values of x as 1 and 2. So the roots of the given equation are now 1, 2, 1 plus iota and 1 minus iota. Similarly, you can try more questions using the relation between roots and the coefficients. Thank you for joining it.